I'm Elise Hugh.
And I'm Josh Klein, and we're the hosts of Built for Change, a podcast from Accenture.
On Built for Change, we're talking to business leaders from every corner of the world that are harnessing change to reinvent the future of their business.
We're discussing ideas like the importance of ethical AI or how productivity soars when companies truly listen to what their employees value.
These are insights that leaders need to know to stay ahead.
So subscribe to Built for Change wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by FX's Welcome to Wrexham. Celebrity owners Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds' small-town Welsh football club is fighting for a chance at promotion. These two Hollywood stars lead a team in the midst of history in the making, while dedicated staff and supporters hold on to a dream of returning the team and this working-class town in Wales to glory. FX's Welcome to Wrexham premieres September 12th on FX. Stream on Hulu.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1890. Do you play the comparison game? Find out when it might be okay to. By Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new week of ORD. I'm your host, Greg Audino, welcoming you back from the weekend. I hope you're ready to put in the work this week, because we are going to be starting off with a great post today that definitely is built upon some introspection and a refreshing new way of looking at the idea of comparing oneself. Emma Scheib is not so sure that it's always a bad thing. And I gotta tell you, I agree with her. Let's hear her viewpoint, challenge our thinking, and start optimizing your life. Do you play the comparison game? Find out when it might be okay to. By Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com. She wore a bohemian dress and had long, flowing hair. I think her feet were bare, but I know her children's definitely were. Her voice was soft and easy. Despite 3 children and a dog in tow, she looked as though she didn't have a care in the world. Although she was on her way to the supermarket, her demeanor told me otherwise. She could have easily been strolling on the beach. I watched her, admired her sense of ease and calm as she ushered the children along. I compared my frazzled, harried state to hers, and I wanted to be her. I wanted the not a care in the world attitude that she seemed to exude. I wanted the quiet, steady tone of voice she used with her children. What seems like a weighty chore to me, walking to the supermarket with 3 tiny humans and a dog, seemed to be a pleasure for her. So I wondered, could I be like her? Firstly, let me tell you about my supermarket trips. Mostly these days, now that the youngest is a stone's throw from 4, I orchestrate it so that the older ones are in the car and can supervise, and I can go by myself. But, of course, there are those times when both 4 and 8-year-olds insist on coming in. And those times usually coincide beautifully with them being scrappy, overtired, hungry, and demanding. Because that's life. Soft, easy, and calm are not what I exude whilst at these times. I'm often tense, short-tempered, inconsistent. No, you can't have a treat. 2 aisles later, I cave. And completely and utterly unpresent with the moment. And let me tell you a secret. This demeanor is not reserved solely for the supermarket. I am like this often with my children, at home, at cafes, at other people's houses. So I see her, this woman, a stranger to me, and of course I wish I was her. She seems to have it all together. Obviously, her kids are angels and they live on clouds in the sky and play harps. The image of her has stayed with me all week, and here are a few thoughts I've unpacked. Comparison is a game you will never win. Although I don't know her, I created her life in my head. A 5-second glance at her and her tribe gave my overthinking brain enough ammunition to imagine the rest of her life. What the heck for, you might ask? Comparison, baby. We compare ourselves to others all the time. Despite the fact that it's largely detrimental, we do it anyway. And we are told time and time again not to compare, even with our friends whose circumstances we might be more privy to. We will never fully know what's going on for someone else, what their struggles are, and what their life behind Instagram looks like. So comparison is pointless, in this regard. But when is comparison okay? But let me play devil's advocate for a moment. What if it was okay to compare yourself to the person that you want to be? When I created a life for this woman I glanced at, I saw her living simply and mindfully, free and easy. Okay, it could have just been those hippie pants, but I really did this because this is the kind of life I'm drawn to. And she, for that moment, was the kind of person and mom that I wanted to be. Poised, peaceful, and joyful. So, I'm going to go ahead and compare anyway. But here's the thing. I'm not comparing to a friend or even an acquaintance. I'm comparing myself to a persona on social media. I'm comparing myself to my future self. And I'm doing this so that I can move forward and aspire for better. And here are the things I need to do as I journey towards my future self. Number 1, be kind to myself. I'm not there yet. I still swear under my breath at my kids far too often than I'd like. I still have days where I hop into bed and wonder what the heck just happened. I'm still too busy. I'm still too mindless. But if I don't give myself some tender loving care along the way, then I probably won't make it. Kindness to myself means running, yoga, binging a good Netflix show, gardening, and writing. Number 2, intentionally go slower in everything I do. Slowly wake up. Slow down while I'm driving. Slowly make dinner. No one is going to die if things are running a bit behind time. Slow down. Number 3, create space. Stop the busy, unschedule, say no, and say yes. Give my to-do list or daily schedule loads of buffer. Never bang appointments right up against each other. Number 4, let go of perfection every single day. So the toys aren't picked up? So the washing isn't folded? So I didn't write my 1,000 words? So what? Number 5, ask for help. When I'm feeling as far from my future vision of myself as possible, and I'm about to lose it at my offspring, ask for help. I've done this several times this year. Always a hard thing to do, but I have never regretted it. Number 6, and finally, pick up some mantras you can repeat to yourself and or write on your walls. You can find plenty of inspiration on the interweb, but I think deep inside, we all know some truths. Here are mine. I am good enough. I don't need to be perfect to be loved. I am raising my children well. I am uniquely made and a treasure to my Creator. You just listened to the post titled, "Do You Play the Comparison Game? Find Out When It Might Be Okay To," by Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com.
Wait, are you gaming? On a Chromebook?
Yep. It's got a high-res 120Hz display, plus this killer RGB keyboard. And I can access thousands of games anytime, anywhere.
Stop playing.
What?
Get out of here.
Huh?
Yeah, I want you to stop playing and get out of here so I can game on that Chromebook.
Got it.
Discover the ultimate cloud gaming machine, a new kind of Chromebook.
I'm Josh Klein.
And I'm Elise Hugh.
We host a podcast from Accenture called Built for Change.
Every part of every business is being reinvented right now. That means companies are facing brand new pressures to use fast evolving technologies and address shifting consumer expectations.
But with big changes come even bigger opportunities. We've talked with leaders from every corner of the business world to learn how they're harnessing change to totally reinvent their companies.
And how you can do it too.
Subscribe to Built for Change now so you don't miss an episode.
A really nice, vulnerable post from Emma today, which we thank her for. Now, I absolutely love the title of this post and what it stands for. The idea of never comparing yourself, like many plateau pieces of advice, is extremely layered, and these layers should be respected. Emma has highlighted one of these layers today, and there is still more to it as far as I'm concerned. Comparing oneself to someone else is not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't have to be done destructively. You know, comparing yourself to someone else can be a beautiful thing if you're able to be inspired by that person and thus driven to dig deeper and realize more of your own potential. You know, being inspired by others and driven to do great things often can't happen if we don't initially compare ourselves to other people on some level. So, thank you to Emma for reminding us that there are many nuances to the idea of comparison, and you can most definitely compare yourself in a healthy way. So, on that note, we're going to wrap things up for today, everybody. Time for me to get out of here. I appreciate you all joining today for a post that encouraged a different way of thinking. I never get tired of those. Hopefully you don't either. And good news, we'll be back tomorrow with more thought-provoking material in the Tuesday show. I really hope you'll join us there, where your optimal life awaits.